What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're building a blimp. I'm doing a building tutorial on a blimp. We're in 1.13, as you can see. And the first thing, we're jumping straight into it, by the way. First thing you're going to want to do is do /fill, and then do this, and then do the squiggly mark again, except this time do 0, squiggly mark 0, squiggly mark 0, and then you want to choose some random block. You can do anything. We're just going to go with, I don't know, sure, that'll work. So now we have something to build off of. So now we can just start off by placing one block, and this is our starting point, right around here. This is very strange. Wait, do I have to hit my sprint? Oh, wow, I actually have to hit my sprint key. This is strange. Alright. Also, what's my FPS? I want to make sure I'm getting a good FPS. Alright then. Well, apparently my FPS is bad. Just give me 30, please. Okay, cool. Anyway, guys, so to build this blimp, first off, you're going to need to have, like, somewhat of a long start like this. So this is going to be the more or less bottom of it. And also I'm using stripped oak logs because they look nicer, or sorry, stripped birch logs. I just think they look nicer. So this is the beginning of our blimp. This is going to be what's under it. Essentially, it depends on how large you want it. You can chop off a couple of blocks and make it shorter. Like that. But, so let's just start with a balloon, because that's really what we're focusing on. How to build the nice balloon. So, the main thing with building the balloon is remembering the shape of it. So first things first, you want to do this. Build up 4 high, and build a 5th one, and just continue it back a while. Now, just put 4 out on each side, like this. After that's done, of course, you add this to the front, and then 2 blocks forward, add this, and then at the front here, you will actually just have 1 block. Now, it looks really simple right now, and it should be. The main thing that we're focusing on, though, is getting the general shape, because what you're going to do with this very front tip is just the simplest part. You're going to create very small rings around it. But then once you get to the larger parts of it, things get a lot more difficult. So this is approximately like the 3rd, and we're going to keep continuing it out a little bit, making it longer and longer every time. Just like that. And we're going to continue this out for a little bit. Just because if we want it to be long enough, we're going to have to continue it out. This is around the size you'd want it, depending on how large you're going to build. So now the main thing you want to do is just continue this out for a while. I'd say approximately to about there. And then you want to build those giant pillars out from each section. 2 blocks away from each other, because that's the best distance, at least in my opinion. That's up to you. It doesn't really matter. I'm just showing you the general design. Do whatever. But if you would like to copy me, this is what I would say. Now, let's start here. So, of course, you're going to want to put 2 out, because obviously, no, I'm just kidding. Not actually that obvious. Then just do the same thing by building the plus, because it'll make sense when it's done. All right. This is kind of like just the frame of it. This is kind of a general tutorial, and I'm just showing it off in my personal way. But I have some other things that are pretty underused. So as you can see, this is just a small balloon. Now, if you wanted to make it bigger, you could, but this is just a small portion we're going to do. Now, I built this so that it should fit approximately this. So this is a small ring, as you can see right here. Now you're going to want to do it to basically all the sides, as you can see here. Because this is what really gives the balloon actual, like shape. And what makes it not just a box. Yeah. A lot of people, when they build flying balloons, try to go way over the top and end up just building the box. Yeah. So our general focus right now is basically just build this ring. Now this is like kind of the central one. These two are the longest. Now what you're going to end up doing is continuing it out to here, but you're going to have to make it smaller per one. So the first thing you're going to want to do is just continue this ring out, because that's easier than actually building another one. Of course, I am going to drag click for this step. Doesn't really matter what clicking method you use. Drag clicking is the fastest, at least in my opinion. Okay, it's the fastest reliable one. As you all know, ball clicking can technically get faster, but drag clicking is the most reliable fast one. Because butterfly can get you like 20, drag kick gets you like 30, ball click gets you like 100 for half a second. Yeah. Alright. So now that we have that section done, we're going to have to continue it out. But now we need to make this smaller. So if we do this approximately here, you can actually make this into a circle, well, close to one. If you just do this, of course we're gonna remove that. That is around the closest to a circle you can get at this size, at least. It becomes harder and harder the smaller it becomes, but that's gonna be something you have to deal with, because it is. Anyway, you'll actually have to continue it out one more. I messed that one up slightly. There you go. So basically you just repeat that on all sides, and you'll be good. I keep messing this up. I am good at everything. Okay, my brain started working. Alright, and there's just one more. Bam, this one's done. Now we're going to continue it out into this one. Oh, also if you wanted to, you could add something like here to make it a bit different, but I prefer not to have that, so I'm not going to put it there. But that's personal preference, depending on what you think looks more like circle to you. I don't really care. Go for whatever. I'm just showing you the basic balloon design that we're using for the video. In this situation, I can't drag click, because this is what happens when you drag click without very much control. Yeah, it doesn't turn out very well. So we're just building this basically frame on the inside of the balloon, and then we just continue each part out. Now I guess you could probably say I get the idea now, but you most likely won't get it quite yet, because there are some other fancy things I'm going to show you in this video, so stick around. Alright, you can see it doesn't look very different yet. It shouldn't. It really shouldn't. You can mine off these parts because they're pretty unnecessary, because you can see they're just not very useful. They're just basically sitting there taking up storage. I just said storage. I'm good at this. Subscribe today for flawless PvP YouTuber. Anyway, so you can see here we have a pretty basic design, but we can make things even more basic. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, though, now we basically just build an even smaller one. Now this one you could even go as far as to say, it's a square. You happy now? Actually, I've had people say that. Just like, it's a square. No, it's not. No, it's a square. No, it's not. It's a square. No, I don't care. So this is like one of the smallest circle resembling things you can build in Minecraft. I mean, it was already difficult enough to build something that resembles a circle, but at this scale, a lot of people think it gets harder as it gets bigger. No, it really doesn't. It gets harder as it gets smaller. Now, of course, you have to do the same step, which is continuing it in here. Now, this is probably the most tedious step. So, yeah, this you might want to, you know, use World Edit, which I didn't install, because I'm good at building. Yeah, definitely. No, actually, though, World Edit won't work very well for something like this. You'd have to do some pretty fancy commands, because fill won't work on this object type, so you can't just /fill it. So it is actually a lot more complicated than it seems like it is, because everyone's like, oh, when in doubt, /fill. Yeah, you'll wreck the whole thing. Anyway, so our final ring, you can't really build a ring. In this case, the closest thing you can do to a ring is this. Alright? This is the best ring you're getting from me. Yeah. And then, of course, you add in these blocks here. And you just create a plus at the front of it. Bam. You did it. Then again, of course, you have to continue this out like a lot. Now the main thing to notice here is there's still exposed stuff. I know. Basically, you only want to continue it out one block. And then now you're actually going to expand it once, so that it fits the size of this. Because otherwise it doesn't, and then it looks awful. Well, I've seen a lot of people try to build blimps, especially on creative servers, where I'll go to look at other building and see what people are having trouble with, and see if I can release videos on that, because if a lot of people are building the same thing and not being very good at it, then maybe I'll get some views. Of course, now you can build the other side and have a very small balloon, and or you can build the entire thing like 10 miles that way. Of course, you can see in the interior of the balloon, it's not very pretty, but it never was intended to be. Anyway, yeah, so that's basically the balloon. It's pretty simple, and I'm only probably just gonna do this. If you guys want me to see it, or want to see me do a full build on this, that's fine. This is kind of just a shorter video showing what kind of half of a balloon should look like. You can just build this out a while and then copy it that side in. But that's basically it. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, I do this outro every video. You should remember it. I'm guessing you remember it. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm out. Bye.